With magnetic keyboards like these coming out, I'm starting to not see the point of mechanical keyboards. Like, it is so good. Let's go and check it out. Okay, normally you can get it just like this. You don't have to do all of that. You can get this pre-installed with the HE PCB. Though apparently you won't be able to get it with any keycaps. That's why they sent me the whole mechanical keyboard PCB with the keycaps. That's really the only reason I was like, I want the keycaps on the mechanical keyboard version. Then they were like, okay, we'll send you the mechanical version with all the keycaps. Just replace the internals with the HE version. But yeah, again, you can get the HE PCB pre-installed already. Just no keycaps. I hope they add some keycaps in the future. Like an option to get the keycaps with it. But yeah, all keycaps transferred. Let's just pretend they sent me the HE version with some extra keycaps. It should have a very similar unboxing, very secured. All of the accessories that you will be needing, more than you will be needing, will come with the carrying case, which is also very high quality. When they also sent me their palm rest here. These are very high quality palm rests, like coming in around 821 grams. And while we have the scale out, might as well measure the keyboard, weighing around 1,282 grams. Pretty good weight for a full aluminum case keyboard here. Amazing quality. I also think it looks so good, by the way. You do have a lot of variations to choose from though if you don't like this color. And again, for now, apparently you cannot get this keyboard with keycaps, but I got the LUMINKEY65 mechanical keyboard keycaps here. Fits the keyboard very well. Then for the switches, these are apparently the designer MagLeap switches. Here's the specs. I already gave you guys all sound test earlier and I think they sound amazing. Pre-lubed, I'm pretty sure, because of how smooth they sound and feel. Minimal wiggle wobble, closed bottom, no problems with the switches. This keyboard is also swappable with other magnetic switches like TTC KOMs, magnetic Jade Pros, any switches with a centralized magnet design. RGB is north facing, by the way. But yeah, here's a little sound test with the switches and the keycaps on. Bro, tell me that doesn't sound like a custom magnetic keyboard. That sounds amazing. I describe it as marbly. It kind of pops as well. Very great sounding switches and overall keyboard here. Amazing stabilizers as well. You can definitely tell they made a lot of efforts. I mean, we opened it up earlier. You saw all the layers. There's also a good amount of lube in there. Very nice. Oh, and yeah, it's not just the sound, by the way. The feel is amazing typing on these. I really like what I'm seeing on the market right now. It seems like the custom mechanical keyboard scene is moving on to Hall effect keyboards as well. This just sounds and feels amazing. But yeah, moving on to the performance. Now, I usually read the spec sheet first, but I thought why not just test it out immediately and we'll see the performance either way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in the keyboard. And here's the RGB. Here's with my lights turned off. And yeah, it is pretty bright and vibrant. Kinda hard to see with the dark plate and not really see through keycaps. If you really want to see the RGB, then using transparent keycaps might help with that more, and maybe transparent switches. But yeah, as you can see, it is not bad. It is pretty okay brightness and vibrance. We also have a light here, by the way, that also shows the caps lock status, which is nice. Anyways, I got the LuminKey website here. First link in the description. Just go to the web drive here on the top, connect the device, connect it, and here we are. We can immediately change profiles, change actuation points. We can go down to a as low as 0.1 on the actuation and 0.005mm on the rapid trigger sensitivity. Very accurate. But yeah, I'm not gonna go to too much details on my reasons why I set these specific settings. I already made a separate video about that. But yeah, it is very easy to customize the keyboard here. You can select the switch type, not really important as long as you know the max distance actuation of your switches. You can set some dead zones. You can explore this if you experience any accidental activations or none. The lower the better, of course. And yeah, we can also recalibrate the keyboard here. And yeah, we also have some presets here if you're interested. Moving on to the advanced features, we do have Rappy Snappy, SOCD, DKS, Mod Tap Toggle Key, OKS, very nice. All of that you will be needing is over here. I already have A and D on my SOCD, very customizable. We can also customize the FN layers, very feature packed. Now moving on to the key remapping feature, we can set a lot of different functions. I see the word profile here. Is this a quick switch profile? FN shift. Oh, I figured it out now. So it does have a quick switch profile feature. So just go ahead and FN shift and then click or press whichever profile you want to switch to. So profile number 1, let's go to that. And there it is. Love that. I was looking for that. But yeah, very nice. Moving on to the RGB effects. It was already on the max brightness. It's again kind of hard to see, especially if you have bright lights. If you don't like any of these, we also have custom, which I might actually do. I just want to make everything red, just like that. Very simple. But yeah, now moving on to the next tab, macro. We can set macros here. Then lastly, we do have settings where we can set tick rate, anti-shake level, return rate, or polling rate. I have mine on 8000. Latest version, no update required. Very nice. Restore factory settings. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the software. You can change language. Flashbangs are about that. But yeah, very nice, easy to access software. All of the features you will be needing is here. Now for those interested on the keyboard inspector results, let's go ahead and test this out. We did set it to 8000 Hz polling rate, so we'll see. And here's the results. And yeah, that's very accurate. 8000 Hz polling rate, no problems with that. Now let's go ahead and test this out with my latency testing tool, OSLTTCS. I already made a more detailed video on how this works, but what it pretty much does is it measures the time between when the keycap comes into contact and when the computer actually receives the signal. And here's the results: 0.97 milliseconds. That is very impressive, under 1 millisecond. I doubt you'll notice any difference when comparing this to the fastest magnetic keyboards I've tried. The millisecond difference is just that low, not even 1 milliseconds. You'll probably start noticing a difference when there is a 5 millisecond difference, and yeah, that doesn't exist here. Anyways, for those interested on the milliseconds, here you go. I always give a little disclaimer that these results can still vary. There can be factors that alter the results, but these results should still be very accurate. Now without further ado, let's go ahead and test this keyboard out more in game.
Flashing, too hard.
110 on the sky.
Decoy.
One enemy remaining.
Oh!
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Oh my!
Spike planted.
Back off.
Nice.
I'll handle this. Here.
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 Last player standing.
I'm back.
One enemy remaining.
There's a base.
So smart, bro.
My ult's ready.
One enemy remaining.
Long.
Oh.
My ult's ready.
Spike down A.
Cutting through.
So after playing and testing with the LUMINKEY65 HE Ultra, here's my experience so far. Now you saw the latency tests. My gameplay definitely won't hold you back when gaming. Very responsive. As soon as you press it, does actuate. As soon as you let go, does deactivate. I didn't really encounter any issues. All of the features worked. I've had an amazing gaming experience so far. Now other than gaming, for daily use typing, you heard how it sounds like. Again, it is a custom magnetic keyboard, like so high quality, so amazing. I personally really like the layout of the keys that I pretty much need. This here, the delete key, the arrow keys. I'm pretty used to to the F and combination keys on the other keys. The spacebar didn't really accidentally actuate, even though on very sensitive settings. But if you want to have multiple settings, one for gaming, typing, more games, then you can quickly switch profile like I showed earlier, which is a very nice feature. It also looked so good on my setup. Just a great experience overall with this keyboard. I can recommend it. Now, is it worth it though? Now, at the end of the day, it will really depend on you if you think it's worth it. But yeah, it is not a budget-friendly price, coming in around $214 with my discount code MIGSS. That is with the case though and everything pre-installed except for the keycaps again. But if you want just the PCB, you can get it for around $75. So I guess if you already have a case that will fit that, personally I don't know any that would fit that PCB other than this case. So yeah, I'd get the whole LUMINKEY65 HE Ultra here. But for around that price, around $214 with my discount code, yeah, I think it is still worth it. Yes, it is not budget friendly, but for the quality you're getting here, the premiumness, the sound, I can definitely see it being worth it for a lot of people, especially if you have the budget. Now, if you're looking for a budget option though, obviously this is not a budget keyboard. You might want to look at something else. But yeah, if you have the budget, you like what you're seeing here, you like what you heard, you like the performance, the software, everything I said and shared or showed in the video about this keyboard, then yeah, I think it is worth it. I would recommend it. If you're interested, I'll be putting this keyboard first link in the description, as well as just the PCB option, and as well as these very high quality wrist rests. They're actually very customizable as well. So you see this pattern, right? There's a magnet that allows you to change that, and they sell other patterns as well other than this Japanese kind of AG dragon scale texture they call it, which I really like the look of. I'm glad they sent me this one, but I'll also be putting this in the description. Now, they're also not a budget wrist rest though. They're around $55. You can also use my discount code MIGSS for the whole LUMINKEY store. It will give you some discount. Now, I think it does have a minimum of $100 purchase though for you to use it, but yeah, you can use my discount code MIGSS. It would give you some discount and it would support me a lot as well. The links in the description are also going to be my affiliate links, so I would really appreciate it if you can use those when buying anything. Would really support the channel a lot. Also, a little disclaimer, this keyboard is sent to me by LUMINKEY, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about this keyboard are all my honest opinions and review. Anyways, I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.